Hello everybody and welcome to another Peteman Reviews. Today we have the Generation 1 Transformer Prowl. This is actually the commemorative release, though I can't really see much difference in the way between the original release and the commemorative release. Certainly it's the same way it was when I had Prowl back when it was re-released. I think I had it as part of the Classics release, so that was talking like 1990, something like that. Anyway, moving on to the car. So this is Prowl in his police car mode. As you can see, it's pretty good. It's quite authentic to both the cartoon and to the period. Wheels are rubber, all move round well. It's quite a good looking car. Obviously, if you look into it, you can see where it's lacking somewhat, as it doesn't really have an interior. But from the outside, it works really well. Prowl does come with some accessories. He comes with a gun. He also comes with some shoulder cannons and missiles. Now I haven't put them on Prowl, and we'll come to that in a minute. But in terms of a car, it's a very good looking car for it. Quite a simple transformation, but you expect that from the original robots. Their main aim is to produce good looking vehicles that look like an Earth vehicle, that transform into sometimes a little bit of a clunky robot. In Prowl's case, it's not too bad. So we'll go through the transformation process. As I say, it is quite a simple one. To begin with, you need to just pull this out, open the doors. This then means that you can then slide the legs out like that. They then flip up, and then that opens. And that's the feet. Now from this side, you then need to see this part here that flips up. The whole body rotates, flips back down there. Now the arms. Now these are the most delicate part of the transformer, so you do have to be a little bit careful with this. So just unhook that. You then just delicately slide out like that, and then you just need to do the same again. As I say, these are the parts which snap off the most. I did have one of these, and it had already broken when I got it, which I was a bit disappointed about, so I had to buy a replacement one. That was for smokescreen, in fact, so it's the same mould as Prowl. So the arms are now like this. You then need to rotate them up so that the wheel goes to the back, like that, and then the arm will then rotate down like so. Same again on this side. So what you want to have is the wheel so it faces the back, and then the arm rotates down, and then if that's a pot like that, that can go back down to produce the head. And there we have it. That's Prowl. His hands, if you move like that. And there we have it. So that's Prowl. And there's his gun. Oops. There we go. Don't know why it's falling over a bit. So as you can see, it's very, very true to the actual original cartoon design for him. Quite sure, obviously the cartoon they have to have some liberties in order to make him walk. Prowl has absolutely no movement in his legs at all. In terms of articulation, his arms actually have a surprisingly large range of articulation. While they only go up and down, the actual arms themselves, because they have this rotation here, it gives them more movement to the side as well. And his hands do rotate as well. I don't know if you can see that there. So the hands do rotate. So it's surprisingly good level of articulation on the arms. I say the legs have nothing. He actually rolls a bit on the wheels. So the legs have nothing, but the hands surprisingly good. Just zoom in a bit there. As you can see, it's a good looking toy. Very, very true to the cartoon. Obviously the cartoon and the comics would have been based on this guy rather than the other way round. Now the reason I've left the shoulder cannons off is because they were originally left off to differentiate Prowl. If we take a look at Silverstreak here, with the exception of the coloration, it's identical mould, absolutely identical. Even the face is the same. Only difference is a little bit of coloration. So with the shoulder cannons on, it further differentiates it between Prowl, and that's exactly what they did in the original TV series as well. In terms of size comparison, obviously we saw Silverstreak there. Prowl bonds very well against contemporary guys like Red Alert here. It's a little bit shorter, but it works well. Optimus Prime. Again, you can tell this is a commemorative version because of the short smokestacks. But Prowl stands very well against Optimus Prime. You expect Prime to be a bit taller. Works really well. It works a little bit less well when you reach even just a 1986 version here of Hot Rod. So, yeah, just 2 years after Prowl came out, already the size is a bit of an odd difference in there. I don't have a problem with Hot Rod being the same size as Prime, but he just dwarfs Red Alert and Prowl. I mean, just look at the size of his head. Absolutely dwarfs these guys. So, there we go. That's okay, there's nothing you can do about it. That's the original size of them. But it really just shows how quickly they started to scale up and how detailed they'd lost. Prowl is a very detailed guy. A lot of this detail is achieved through decals, and the unfortunate thing is here is, as you can see here, as you move the arm, they start to peel off. Same on that side. And you see down here, Highway Patrol, because it's a split decal, it just occasionally moves. I'm sure someone's going to say it's decal or something, but decal seems to work. That said, while that is how they achieve a lot of the look, if we zoom in the head there, that's a pretty decent level of detail there, even to the little grills on his engine. That's a good mould level there. You look at Hot Rod, no, it's shiny, grant it that, but that level of detail just isn't there. And this is 2 years later. The face is a good mould, but the actual level of detail on the robot is purely through shiny stickers. Prowl has very nice details on there. So there we are. So that's the Generation 1 version of Prowl. It is a really good robot. I do suggest getting hold of it. As I say, this is the commemorative release, so you can get hold of that rather than the actual Generation 1 version, the original release. The effect is pretty much the same. There's nothing to worry about with that. It looks good. It is very accurate to the original designs. Obviously, the original designs were based on the toy, and it works really well. Good piece for your collection. Thank you very much for watching. Please do leave any comments below, and as ever, click on the other links, and I'll see you again for the next review. Thank you. Goodbye.